Welcome back guys to another GTA video, and in today's one, well, it is a little bit different this one. What I'm going to be doing is talking about the ghost raids and the raids function overall. I'll explain what a raid is and how the defend your business actually works, what the normal triggers are for a raid to occur, and also what triggers a ghost raid. And a huge shout out to Tez2 for all the new information on the ghost raids and all the testing he's done. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So if you're unfamiliar with raids, they work very similar to the MC Defend Your Business, except it is for the CEO crate warehouses. Now normally what would happen if one of your businesses is being raided, you would get a phone call or a message from your assistant letting you know that the raid's happening, and you would also get a red box icon, a red crate icon on the minimap showing you which business it was that's getting raided. You would head over there and take out all the enemies. If you managed to defend it successfully, you wouldn't lose any stock, but if you were unsuccessful, you would lose a percentage or all of the stock within that warehouse. To prevent your warehouses from being raided, you can keep your stock below a certain level, and it depends on what type of warehouse you have. So if you have the small crate warehouse, you want to keep your stock at 11 crates or less. As soon as you get to 12 crates or more, you have the chance of being raided. As for a medium-sized crate warehouse, you want to keep your stock at 29 crates or below. As soon as you go to 30 crates, you have that chance of being raided, and with the large warehouse it is 77 crates or below. If you hit 78 crates or more, you have the chance of being raided. So to prevent a raid, it's quite simple, keep your stock below that level. If you do keep your stock above that level, there is a chance that you can be raided, and for a raid to occur, the game asks itself 8 different questions, and providing it gets the correct response, it will trigger a raid. So I'll quickly run through those questions that the game asks itself, and the first one is, does the player own a CEO office? Second one is, could the game launch the special cargo defend raid missions? Now I'll come back to that one because that's got sort of 2 parts to it. The game then needs to ensure that the player isn't in an active mission, isn't inside a property, isn't inside the Galaxy Super Yacht, isn't an MC president, and isn't inside a bunker or an MOC. Now providing all those conditions are met, it will launch a raid on one of your warehouses. But going back to the second question where it asks, could the game launch the special cargo defend / raid mission? Now that is split into 2 separate questions. Now the first one covering the amount of stock in the warehouse. So if you are over the threshold, it will also assign a random value between 5 hours and 10 hours as a raid timer. And if you've been in the session for over that random value and have met all the other criteria questions, it can start a raid on one of your CEO warehouses. You can reset that timer though, quite simply by changing into a public session. So if you are collecting crates in an invite only, a friend only session, and you've been doing that for a few hours, take a minute, jump into a public session, then jump back to your invite only, a friend only session, and that will reset that timer for you. But this is also the issue where ghost raids are concerned. If while you're in the middle of collecting your crates, you accept a job invite or a mission invite from one of your friends or from a random where they are the host, once that mission or job is finished and you spawn back into an invite only session, the likelihood of you being raided is very high. The reason for that is when you come back out that mission, the in-game timer is actually bugged out and will give you an exceptionally high number, pushing you well above the raid timer threshold. It will also not notify you that the raid is happening, hence the reason it's called a ghost raid. You are not informed that the raid is happening. It did happen to me once. I did a video on it a few months ago where I was just, I think I came out of a job and I was driving around refilling all my warehouses, and as I drove past one of them there was a number of vans outside, a lot of shooting, and I thought, oh, somebody's getting raided, but it turns out it was me. Wasn't actually notified until it had been finished when my assistant called me to say, well done defending it. So if you want to avoid raids altogether, keep your stock level below the minimum threshold. So that is 77 for a large warehouse, 29 for a medium, and 11 crates for a small one. Go above that and you run the risk of being raided. Also, don't accept any job invites, as when you load back into an invite on the lobby you will be hit with a raid, except you won't know about it. It won't even inform you, providing of course that you meet all the other criteria. But that's it from me for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video or did find it useful, do leave a like, and if you are new here, why not consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.